An everything soup story. It was Monday evening and Mom had not been returned from work yet. Jimmy and Julie were standing in the kitchen and staring at the chilled chicken that it was in the fridge. None of them liked chicken, let alone that cold chicken left over from yesterday lunch. "Julie, I wish we had pasta," said Jimmy with disappointment. "Well, how do you think pasta is made?" Then she took Mom's apron and put it on. Jimmy opened some of the kitchen cabinets and found a bag of pasta. "First, we should cook the pasta in hot water." "I saw Mom doing this," said Julie with a happy voice. Jimmy filled the biggest pot with water, put it on the stove, and turned the stove on. After a while, water started to boil. Jimmy and Julie stood on chairs and poured all the pasta into the boiling water. Then Julie went and took some ground meat and peas from fridge and poured them all into the pot too. Since Jimmy didn't like tomatoes, Julie put ketchup into the pot instead. After adding all of these, they both stood next to the stove and stared at the pasta, which was boiling with other ingredients. They stood so long that pasta softened and loosened in the hot water. They could tell there was a serious problem. It did not look like Mom's pasta at all. "Why it doesn't look like normal pasta?" Jimmy asked. "Don't rush it. We have to wait." But no matter how long they waited, their pasta just became looser and softer. "Jimmy, what does this pasta look like to you?" Jimmy looked at the pot and said, Soup. But it doesn't matter. I like soup too. Mommy always says that we can add everything we want to soup." Jimmy smiled. He loved cucumber and tangerine, so he adds some into their soup. Julie liked gummy bears, so she emptied the whole package into the boiling water. "Jimmy, bring the bag of potato chips and pour all the chips in." They pour everything they liked into the pot: apples, butter, peanut butter and jelly, chocolate and banana. "Do you think it's ready?" Jimmy asked. But before Julie could answer, the door opened and Mom entered the house. She first panicked, 'cause she felt a funny smoky smell. When she reached the kitchen, she couldn't believe her eyes. Jimmy and Julie were standing next to the stove and stirring something. "OMG! What are you two doing?" Mom asked with wonder. "We are making a soup." Julie laughed. "We add all the things we love to it. It is an everything soup." Jimmy said this with excitement. Mom smiled and looked at the soup. "So I do not have to cook dinner anymore?" Soup smelled funny and strange, and it was full of strange stuff. But at least it had a beautiful color. "Okay, it looks great," Mom whispered with hesitation. Then she poured the soup into the white cute bowls and put them in the table. Julie and Jimmy put the first bite in their mouth, and they stretched their faces and frowned. "Yeah, what is this taste?" Jimmy cried. "This is the taste of your everything soup." Mom burst out laughing. "Mommy, we wanted to cook a pasta, but it turned out like a soup." "Why, Mom?" "'Cause you have to precisely follow some steps. Now, both of you, come on and help. We have to make another soup because I'm very hungry. Also, I can show you the steps so you won't make another everything soup next time." And then, they started to cook a delicious tomato soup together. Jimmy and Julie never ever cooked an everything soup after that.